What is going on, everybody? Jake, Fantasy Headliners. Here we are, the Week 13 now, live Q&A. Hopefully everybody's having a great week out there. Football's right around the corner. We've got some football tomorrow, and we've had some huge news this week. I am sure, 100% sure, that we will have a record set today with how many questions we hear about Kareem Hunt and Spencer Ware. Yes, that all happened yesterday. I know it's bad timing for your fantasy seasons. I get that. However, it is somewhat bigger than that. I mean, with that video coming out, personally, I don't think he should be on a football field either, but that's just my take. We're not going to get too much into that portion of it. We're going to focus on the fantasy football side. That's what we're here for. We're here to enjoy it. That's what we're going to do going forward. I'm a little excited for this week. I know there's a lot of critical games. I used critical in one of my videos this week a lot just to try to stress the fact that for a lot of people, this may be your first week of the playoffs. This may be, win or go home to get into the playoffs. There's a lot on the line this week, and we're going to spend about the next hour. What time is it? Yeah, right around until 4:30 or so. Just doing nothing but answering your start-sit questions. Yes, I will let it flow at least one time. We'll see how the questions go, but I really appreciate you guys. We're going to get right into some questions and answers here and see what is going on with everybody. Everybody have a good week at work or school or whatever you did, hopefully. I hope so. Eli Pack, his first thing here, he says, I feel like this situation is overblown. I'm really not going to touch on the legal side of it, to be completely honest. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know it. I saw the video. That far of the situation, it's obviously something I don't agree with. However, fantasy football-wise, I agree somewhat that this Spencer Ware love has been a little bit blown out of control. Now, trust me, I like Spencer Ware rest of season. He's somebody who should see the bulk of opportunity in the backfield of one of the best offenses in football. Sign me up for that. Now, there's also been some posts out there on Twitter that I've seen from a few other sites saying that, he could be a top 5 option rest of season. Slow the roll just a little bit. I'm not so quick to say that he's going to be a top 5 running back rest of season. Just because he takes over for Kareem Hunt doesn't mean he has the exact same production. He has produced in this offense before. It was a couple of years, 2016, the last time we saw him there in the backfield, but he was a decent running back. He had just under 1,000 yards for the year, so he is capable. Top 5, though, that's a little bit of a stretch. He is somebody, though, who will be a decent ad for a lot of people. A lot of people picked him up off of waivers this week. I mean, I had in my waiver wire show on Monday that Spencer Ware, Malcolm Brown, these guys being must-ads here for the playoff stretch, especially if you own them. And just like that, here we go, needing Spencer Ware. Brandon Frank, I see you. I appreciate you. Chiefs or Eagles defense, and Wentz or Lamar? That is tough. I'm going to lead towards the Chiefs defense for the simple fact that the Eagles don't have a defense, really. There's not a whole lot of options on that defense. They got wide receivers playing safety at times. At least the Chiefs defense has been able to provide some turnovers and some points. So give me the Chiefs defense there. As far as Wentz or Lamar, it's hard right now with Carson Wentz, right? It hasn't been pretty for a couple weeks, and a lot of people were expecting more. I honestly think the safer floor, the safer play is Lamar Jackson. He's somebody with that rushing upside, gives you at least a floor of, 10 to 15 fantasy points as a quarterback. The floor of Carson Wentz lately has been a little bit lower than that. I would play it a little bit safer personally, depending on the rest of your matchups in your lineups. It really depends. If you have a lot of risk in your lineup, I wouldn't risk it with Carson Wentz. If you got some decent matchups and you just need your quarterback to have a good game, give me Lamar Jackson. All right, what else we got? David Glenn, how do I feel about Greg Olsen this week? Are there any better options? I don't think Greg Olsen is a bad option this week. I mean, it's definitely something as a leader of that team. I think you kind of saw it in the post-game interview. If you were to catch it last week, he's irritated with the way this team is playing. He voiced it, verbally. I mean, it's out there in the media. He says they need to do better. I look for this offense to try to take a step forward and be a little bit more aggressive going forward. They need to win, and they need to win quickly in Carolina. Greg Olsen has to be part of that offense. As much as I like Christian McCaffrey, it can't just be Christian McCaffrey. He's not a bad option this week. Give me some Greg Olsen. He's a top 10 option in my opinion. Sam Gomez, I see you. I appreciate you. John Williams, what is going on, my friend? Colin Hall, here's a good question. What do you guys think about Ty Montgomery since you just lost Hunt? This one is also one of those difficult ones where you can't really trust it, Colin. They did activate Kenneth Dixon, placed Alex Collins on IR. Ty Montgomery's role really doesn't change because of that move. The problem is he doesn't see the volume in order to put together a solid weekly fantasy line. To me, it's a little bit iffy. I personally wouldn't trust Ty Montgomery, maybe as a bench stash in case something were to happen to Gus the Bus, but not somebody I'd look forward to starting. D1 hand clapping. What's going on? We got Lamar Miller, Chris Carson, or Josh Adams. I did not like Lamar Miller last week, and that didn't quite turn out so well. I wasn't expecting that, but the problem with Lamar Miller isn't him having good games. It's having consistent good games. Chris Carson he's been consistent as long as he's been healthy. Josh Adams has started to produce here as of late. To me, the safest start out of that bunch may be Chris Carson, safety-wise. If you're looking for the highest ceiling, it probably could be Josh Adams this week. It's definitely an opportunity for him to have some production in that offense and get more touches, right around 20 carries a game. Not too many running backs in football get close to that number. That's a decent option. Lamar Miller is your ultimate boom or bust. If you're feeling froggy, if you want to go out there and take a gamble, Lamar Miller has a huge ceiling. He also has a really low floor. To me, personally, Chris Carson is the safest option. Superstar Frenzy, see you and I appreciate you. Got Chubb, Ware, or Connor, and you can start 2. As you guys could tell from my video this week, I was not overly high on Connor this week. Not so much Connor and his production, it's his lack of volume that he's been getting here as of late. That's worried me. Out of these options, though, I'm going to stick with Chubb and Connor. Nothing against Ware, but let's see how they use him in this offense first before we all of a sudden sit a known producer for him. There are some other options out there where I would start Ware this week. This just may not be one of them yet. Luke Lofton, appreciate you. You got pick 3 in a standard. Michelle, Cook, Ware, or Adams. There's a few of them that I like there. I like Sony Michel's been playing great. He does have a tough matchup this week. Very difficult defense in Minnesota to go up against. Same thing with Cook going to against New England. Ware, the unknown. Josh Adams starting to get the touches. If we can pick 3 of them, I think I'm going to go with the known producers still. Michelle and Cook going up against each other. Cook looked decent. He just needs to get the volume, right? There's a chance that volume increases week by week, and you really don't want to miss it when he really starts to get the bulk of those carries. To me, right there, I go Michelle, Cook, and if you want to play it safer, you go Adams. If you want to shoot for the multiple touchdown, big home run day and gamble a little bit, then you go Ware. But to me, I don't sit Michelle or Cook this week, personally. Let's see what else we got. PS23, AJ Green rest of season. What do we think? I'm not overly excited about it. Not just the loss of Andy Dalton. How effective is he going to be? Is he going to be somebody who's limited weekly? Is he somebody who's going to be more of a decoy? There's a lot of questions. I don't quite trust him 100% to just throw him back into my lineup, especially with the changing quarterback. To me, I'm a little worried about it. Not a whole lot you can do about it right now. It depends what your other options are. If you have better options or decent options on your bench, I'm looking for it here until we can see what actually comes with AJ Green and the new quarterback there. Lockford 23, Chubb, Ware, Cohen, Boyd. 1 flex, 1 running back. Chubb is playing. I'm not sitting Chubb. Give me the Chubb. One of these guys getting 20 to 30 touches a week. You got to have them in your lineup. One of the most consistent things in fantasy football is the only way you can score points is for your player to touch the football. Chubb's going to touch it a lot. He's going to be my one running back there. For the flex, Tariq Cohen would probably be my number 1 option, but it's close. I mean, Spencer Ware is really close right there to Tariq Cohen. If this is a standard league, I'm going Ware. If it's a PPR league, I'm going Cohen. Pete Martinez, I think you hit it right there. Not even in playoff contention. Get off AJ Green. He needs to stay healthy for next year. Somewhat, yes. I don't know if they're mathematically eliminated yet, but they're basically eliminated. Davo, what's going on, Davo? That says, hey, Jake, thoughts on Dak rest of season? He's available in all my leagues, and you have Rodgers. I would consider picking up Dak Prescott. He's somebody who, if nothing else, provides decent depth for your team in case something were to happen. I know it's really hard to sit Aaron Rodgers, But Dak has played great the past few weeks. I believe he's getting close to being in the top 12 for quarterbacks. Not a bad option. Vic Chand, see, I appreciate you. Need a flex between Ware, Adams, White in a standard league. So we got Spencer Ware, I'm guessing Josh Adams, and James White in a standard league. That's kind of similar to what I was saying before between Josh Adams and Spencer Ware. It's close to me. Spencer Ware has the higher ceiling. He's the gamble. Adams is the smarter play in a standard. White really worries me this week, especially in a standard league. They've gone away from his usage the past couple weeks. I expect them to still use him in that offense, but it's not quite as given as it was before. Give me Spencer Ware right there. I'm going to gamble a little bit and go Ware there for you, Vic Chand. Luis Salcido, what's going on, Luis? Dalvin Cook or Gus Edwards? Gus Edwards, Gus the Bus is the safer option. If you want to play it safe, high floor player, you go Gus Edwards. If you want to go for the home run, if you want to look for the big day and you want to gamble, Dalvin Cook is the play, but it really depends on how safe you want to play it. Personally, I think Gus Edwards has that really high floor. Somebody's going to go out there and get you 20 carries a game. No Alex Collins to worry about. He's kind of solidified that role with Lamar Jackson in there. Personally, Gus Edwards is the safer play in my opinion. Oh, Land Destroyed throwing out Filibertos from Arizona. That caught my eye. All these things going by, I still catch the Filibertos. Let's see. Eckler or James White in a half PPR? Give me Eckler. I hate to say that. I have a lot of shares of James White, and he's carried me to some good seasons on a few of my teams, but that usage going down has me worried. Burkhead coming back. I don't think Burkhead gets a huge role, but I think he takes a little bit away. We need to see them try to involve White more in the passing game again, and you got better options there. Let's get Jake some likes. Hubba hubba. Hazelnut, what's going on, my friend? Yes, likes are appreciated. I don't ask for a whole lot, but likes are nice. That helps me get views if you want to throw some likes on there. In fact, if you're subscribed to the channel, I would hope that you always like it. Or at least tell me why you didn't like it. Spencer Ware or TJ Yeldon in a PPR league for Aaron Van Deventer. Hopefully I pronounced that right, Aaron. I'm going Spencer Ware there. I know it's a PPR league. I expect TJ Yeldon to have a role kind of like he always has when there's been no Fournette. But give me Spencer Ware for that offense and that great matchup he has this week. Luke Lofton, pick 2 in a standard league. You have DJ Moore, AJ Green, Josh Reynolds, or Josh Gordon. That's tough. I love DJ Moore this week. I really like DJ Moore this week a lot. AJ Green, I'm staying away from. Josh Reynolds is a decent play. Going to be somewhat hit or miss just due to the amount of weapons they have in that offense. He's not Cooper Kupp, all right? Josh Gordon, sounds like Xavier Rhodes may not play with a hamstring injury. It's something where he'll still be involved. Personally, I kind of swing for the fences, and I go DJ Moore and Josh Gordon just because I don't trust I go DJ Moore and Josh Gordon. I don't trust AJ Green or Josh Reynolds here this week. I like Josh Reynolds, just not somebody with the better options that I want to take a chance on. Jeremy Painter, appreciate you. PPR, you need 2. David Johnson, Spencer Ware, James Conner, Josh Adams. Thanks, show is awesome. Appreciate you, Jeremy. So you need 2 in a PPR league. You're starting David Johnson. You've made it this far with him. Don't give up on him yet. I know last week was somewhat of a down week. Stick with David Johnson there. And I got to stick with Conner. Even though I'm a little bit lower on Conner this week, I don't think that he is below the other options that you have with Ware or Adams. Take the high upside. Hope that DJ has a good game. Hope the usage comes back for Conner. And I go DJ and Conner there. Persaudus is ill game guy. What's going on, man? Hopefully you're doing well out there. Nice to see you here in the live show. Brait or Reed? Lamar Miller or Boyd? Standard league flex. And then you got a defense question. First for Brait or Reed. That's a little bit close, but I'm going to go Cameron Brait with the slight edge this week. No Deshaun Jackson. One less person in that offense to deal with. Going to have the high upside there in the red zone. I do see Vernon Davis somewhat involved to try to take away a little bit from Reed. Reed had a great game last week, but it's kind of hit or miss. I think Brait is the safer option this week. Lamar Miller or Tyler Boyd. Typically, when I'm kind of stuck right here, I always go with the running back. Give me with the guy who's going to see the volume for sure. Give me Lamar Miller. And then the Rams defense or the Titans defense. The Titans defense would have been the clear choice here, but lately they have just... I don't know what's happened to that defense in Tennessee. Give me the Rams defense there. Hopefully you're having a good week there. I appreciate you, my friend. All right. Scroll back down here. Hussein Rizk. What's going on, my friend? I see you in the comments there all the time. How you said, what's up, my man? What do you think of Ingram going forward? I really think that the past couple weeks have kind of been an anomaly for the Saints offense. I don't expect him to all of a sudden struggle rest of season. I think that he's not quite a must start. He may be more of a flex play at best going forward. It's been some difficult games here for him, but I'm not giving up on him here yet. All right, next. Salty Reefer, welcome to chat. We got need 2. Ware, Eckler, McCoy, Cook. By the way, where's the Amari Pooper lovers at this week? Nah, I'm not going to touch that one. I got enough hate on that one. Says, so need 2. We got Ware, Eckler, McCoy, Cook. I'm going to go with Eckler and Ware out of those options. I think they're going to be the safest ones for you here this week. Coming in crazy. Scrolling like crazy. DPC 3283, 1 flex, half PPR. Ridley, Hyde, Samuel, Alshon, and Kirk. So you only need one of them. That's tough. I'm gonna gamble on Calvin Ridley right there for his high upside. Give me the Calvin Ridley upside. Let's see here. Robert Payne, PPR RB2, Josh Adams, Duke Johnson, Gus Edwards. So for your RB2 out of that, give me Gus Edwards. Tight end McDonald, Uzama, or pick up Brait. I think Brait is who I would choose out of that. And can you drop MVS? Yes, unfortunately, I think you can. Luis Salcido, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Rate your trade. You got Zeke. Perfect. Traded away Aaron Jones, Chubb, and Sony. That's a lot. You have McCaffrey, Melvin Gordon, Gus, Dalvin. It hurts with Melvin. Wide receivers are Hill and Thomas. I mean, I think you're still overall set. Love Zeke rest of season. I give it a solid B+, A-. It's a lot of running backs to give up, though. I hate giving up all that depth. Charles Rickman, I see you and I appreciate you. Same for you, Dead Cat Bounce. KOG Nightfall, how you doing here? Welcome back to the live show. Let's see, we have choose 3. Evans, Boyd, Ridley, Fitz, Humphreys, DJ Moore. Lots of options. Also, should I play Hines over White if Marlon Mack is ruled out? Drop this man a sub. Heck yeah, that's a nice hashtag. I like that one. So choose 3. Evans is 1. He's going to start with Jameis under center every week. Boyd, Ridley, Fitzgerald, Humphreys. You're not going to go with Humphreys because you're already starting Evans, so we can cross him out. Like DJ Moore. DJ Moore will be number 2. If you want to play it safer with number 3, you go Fitzgerald. Want to gamble? Go for the home run, the big day, then you go Calvin Ridley. Those would be my choices. As far as would I play Hines over White if Marlon Mack is ruled out? No, stick with White there. It's still too much of a risk with Hines and the Jaguars defense. Hopefully I got that all covered for you. Appreciate you. All right. Jamie Reyes, thank you very much. We have a standard league pick 3, please. Austin Eckler, Sony Michel, Matt Breida, Tyler Boyd, or Julian Edelman. Thank you. No, thank you. Standard league picking 3. Kind of gonna, wow, you got a lot of great options. Austin Eckler, even though it's a standard league, give me Austin Eckler being he'll see the starter share carries there. Matt Breida will be number 2. Another guy who doesn't have to share the workload with anybody. And then number 3, I'm going to play it safe. I'm going Julian Edelman as the 3rd option. Been a safe, consistent option, double digits every game since he's been back. Great choices in my opinion. Hopefully I got these. The chat is just absolutely blowing up. Blowing up. Let's see. Give me 1 second to scroll down here. Jeremy Painter, I appreciate you. Godwin or Humphreys for Samuel M. Humphreys is the safer play. He's somebody more involved. He'll see more targets, see more receptions probably. Godwin may have a higher touchdown upside, but I think the safer play is Humphreys for you. Eckler or Chubb in a full PPR. That's really close this week. Really, really close, but I can't go against my boy. Give me some Chubb. Give me Chubb. I shouldn't say that on the internet. I get some weird people with some comments. Jeremy Painter, Lamar Jackson, or Matt Ryan? Man, I really want to say Matt Ryan for that offense, but it's going to be a tough matchup this week with Baltimore. Lamar Jackson is going to be safer. The safer play, the higher floor player will be Lamar Jackson. The higher ceiling, maybe you're already down from Thursday night games, maybe. If you're looking for that higher game, then you go Matt Ryan. Boyd or Chris Connolly in a PPR for Tim Odom? Man, that's another tough one. I think Chris Connolly, he's a sneaky play this week. I think Boyd is still a little bit higher ranked. Maybe with A.J. Green back, Boyd sees a little bit more opportunity since he won't be the top guy drawing the top defensive coverage. Lean Fast, see you, appreciate you. Brait or Njoku and Edelman or DJ Moore in a standard league. Give me Njoku. I know he got most of his points off one drive last week, but that kind of showed everybody the potential upside of Njoku. If he can put together a couple drives like that a game, dude's a top 5 play. So give me Njoku there. Edelman or DJ Moore. Edelman is way safer, in my opinion. He's going to get you that double digits, whether it's in standard or PPR. Great, solid play. One of the top targets of Tom Brady. DJ Moore, I think, has the higher ceiling this week, though. This week, if you want to gamble a little bit, do love the upside of DJ Moore. Izzy661, see, I appreciate you. Pick one for your flex. Diggs, Mixon, or Chubb. Man, I don't really want to sit any of them. I really say that Chubb is somebody who I would want to go there, but I can't really sit Stephon Diggs either. Give me Stephon Diggs. Nothing against Mixon or Chubb. I like all three of these options, but I really like the matchup for Diggs a little bit better. Also, Kittle or Brait. Can't go against George Kittle. Give me Kittle. He's got to be a top 3 tight end rest of season. Texans or Seahawks, and I appreciate you. Let's see here. Texans and Seahawks is going to be a little bit close here for me rankings-wise. I'm gonna have to go with Seattle this week. Give me the Seahawks. It's a little close, but Houston going into Cleveland. Cleveland's offense has been improved. Can't really go against Baker at this point. Give me the Seahawks this week. All right, what do we got next? Bleg86, appreciate you. Half point PPR, RB2 and flex. Diggs, Ware, Edwards, Michelle, Cohen, Howard, or Adams. Wow, lots of options. So you need an RB2 and a flex. That's a lot of options. I'm going to go with Diggs as your flex. And as your RB2, if you want to play it safe, you go Gus Edwards. Gus Edwards, I think, is probably my best option for a safe play there. Don't like Coleman or Howard this week. That leaves us down to Ware, Edwards, and Adams. Edwards being the safer play. Ware, the gamble, if you want to hope that he goes out there and gets you 20-some carries and a couple goal line touches. To me, Edwards is the safer play, though. You got Connor, Antonio Brown, and Beckham going. Love the show and advice. I mean, you got a solid core right there. So, yeah, I go Diggs, Edwards, personally. Let's see what else we got. Alan Philippus. Hopefully I pronounced that right, Alan. Lost O.J. Howard, the list. Jack Mother. Moment of silence for Jack Motherfucking Doyle, everybody. All right. Jonnu Smith or Chris Herndon. Give me Jonnu Smith. He's finally starting to produce something which I saw, 2 months ago, which is a little bit too early, but Jonnu Smith is a great athlete. Definitely has the higher upside. Chris Herndon is more of the safer play. Cohen or Adams in a standard league, give me Adams. Win and you're in. So hopefully that works out for you. I definitely think Adams is a safer play in a standard league, though he should get you close to 20 touches this week. Superstar Frenzy, I see you and I appreciate you. M. St. G. What's going on, my friend? Welcome back. Hopefully everything's going well for you. Sony Michel or Spencer Ware in your PPR flex. Also a wide receiver 2 slot. Choose one. Sanders, Boyd, Ellington, Kiki. Do you love me? Definitely 100%. Your wide receiver 2, Manuel Sanders would be my choice there. As far as your PPR flex between Michel or Ware, man, I go Sony. Give me Sony Michel there. I can't put Ware above him yet. Sony's been running great. All right. Mimi again. What's going on, Mimi again? It's you again. Hey, Jake, looking good. No, I'm not a guy. Okay, perfect. Rodgers or Winston this week? Thank you. Rodgers or Winston? I just can't trust Jameis Winston. I mean, I know he's produced at times, but it's Jameis Winston. Do we really want to trust him in either A, a playoff game, or B, a game to get into the playoffs? Not really. Give me Rodgers. I got to go Rodgers. I mean, I know it hasn't been great in Green Bay, but I can't choose Jameis over Aaron Rodgers. Appreciate the question, though. Dabex Gunna 21. D. Thomas, Chris Conley, Alshon Jeffrey, Mohamed Sanu, pick 2, and what looks like a half-point PPR. Not on the Alshon Jeffrey bandwagon this week. Chris Conley, sneaky play. Demaryius Thomas, great last week. Sanu will be my one choice. He may be the safest option. So give me Sanu as one. The other one is a complete gamble. I will be 100% honest with you. There is not one that's really going to stand out. I may go Demaryius Thomas and hope for the touchdown upside this week. Chris Conley is sneaky. Chris Conley would be second on my list there of choices if I had to choose between them. Let's see. Yeah, we even got a Gus Bus emoji out here. I like some Gus Bus emojis. Hilton or Edelman for Isaac Honegger. Edelman's the safer play. Hilton with the higher upside, but personally, I would go Edelman. Howie 1383, what's going on? Thank you. Boyd or Sutton rest of season? I got to go Boyd. Sutton hasn't done much. Hasn't done a whole lot to deserve being ranked higher yet. Dante McCringleberry. I think you're right. I think you could be. It would not surprise me, however, with the recent signings of like Washington Redskins. I can't say never yet. I had a lot of questions, and we'll address this really quick before I forget. I've probably had, 50 or 60 questions here today asking me if you should drop Kareem Hunt. Do I think he plays this season? Probably not. Can I say no, he won't for sure yet? No, I can't. So hold on to him for a couple days. You just never know in the NFL. PPR, Ridley or Josh Reynolds for Hussein Rizk. Who has the more upside? More upside is going to be Calvin Ridley. Josh Reynolds is a very nice piece in an offense that is like a well-oiled machine. He'll have games where if he doesn't score the touchdown, though, he really doesn't give you a great fantasy day. More touchdown dependent. Calvin Ridley has more of the big play ability. To me, I think somebody who just has that higher upside rest of season. I like Josh Reynolds. I just think that he's competing with too many other people there. John Smith, can I dig it? You better believe I can. Somebody says he got released, you idiot. Amir. I think we all knew that. I think. Lindsey or Ware in a PPR league. As much as I think Ware has a solid upside this week, playing it safe, I'm going Lindsey. He's somebody who's already, produced. Yes, we know Hunt got waived, but that doesn't mean that he can't get picked up by somebody else. I think that's what you're referring to. Yeah, he's not on the Chiefs, but he can go somewhere else if somebody claims him. I even saw a report today that there's a chance that the Philadelphia Eagles are interested. Never know. Letting it flow, Jay Cern. That's going to happen here pretty soon. We are trying to get a lot of questions answered here a little bit beforehand. M. St. G made everyone mad in 2 leagues. Why'd you do that? I'm in last week, combined 435 points in both leagues, in the playoffs in both. Thanks for all the advice. Well, hey, congratulations on the great games, great seasons. Glad it's all worked out for you, but you made those decisions. I didn't tell you what to do. That's all on you, my friend. That great season, that's your doing, not mine. I appreciate it, though. Really do. Kevin Kobos, appreciate you also. PPR Flex, Edelman, Cook, or Moore. Jones and Ware are your running backs. I stay safe right there. If you're going with Ware to running back, go Edelman. I'm going Edelman there for the safer play. Jake Gallet, or Gallet, however you pronounce it. Big fan. Appreciate you. It's because we have the same name in common. Jakes are cool. Pick 2. DJ, CMC, or Ware. Jake 2020. Hashtag. Love it. Definitely DJ and CMC. I don't put Ware near them yet. Not yet. Let's see. Bertha Duong, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Love the videos and the advice. Pick 2. Julio Jones, Devontae Adams, DJ Moore, or Julian Edelman. Appreciate the help and keep it up. Absolutely, I appreciate you. 100%. This is not the week to try to be tricky with it. You go Julio Jones and Devontae Adams. Both of them are known studs. Julio's putting up great numbers lately. Devontae Adams, almost matchup proof. Really doesn't matter. Both those guys' ceilings are astronomical. Absolutely both must starts for me. Not that the others aren't decent options, but you got to go with Adams and Julio. 100%. 100%. If I could have 200%, I would do 200%. See, Ansel Hernandez as Josh Gordon a risky start over someone like Theo Riddick as your flex in a PPR league. Somewhat, yes. I think Theo Riddick is a little safer, not as exciting to play, more boring. You're not too excited to hit the submit button on your roster with Theo Riddick in it, and I get that. The upside of Josh Gordon is higher. The matchup is a little bit tougher. That Minnesota defense has been playing great. There's a chance that Xavier Woods doesn't play for Minnesota, though, which would help. To me, safer play Theo Riddick. However, based on my other roster positions that I have, that's how I would make that decision. If you already have a lot of risk, don't risk it with Josh Gordon. A lot of safe, good plays in there. You may want to roll the dice and hope for a Josh Gordon touchdown on a big play. Franco Ramirez, your mom or your dad, who do you move in with? I mean, the dad's got the upside, right? I mean, you have all that possible learning you can do, but your mom is your mom, and she's going to take care of you 100% of the time. The mom is the safer choice here. You're looking for that high ceiling, boom or bust play, you got to go with dad. Hopefully that helped. That's my fantasy take on your question. Flex Breida or Carson for Wyatt Price. Personally, give me Breida. I think Carson is a safe play, but I like Breida. There's no one there to share carries with. Riff Reaper, I see you. I appreciate you. Full PPR, Allen Robinson, Sterling Shepard, or Golden Tate for your flex. Thanks for doing these. Absolutely. Thanks for watching. Full PPR, Robinson, Shepard, or Tate. All right. Full disclosure, I'm not overly high on any of them. There's not one of them that I would really say, hey, this is the solid pick. This is who you need to go with. If it were me personally, I think Golden Tate is the safest play, but he's got the lowest ceiling. Probably, if that makes any sense. He may see the receptions, but the yardage just hasn't been there. Golden Tate may be the safest. Sterling Shepard is somebody who I've been high on a lot this year. I've expected more from Sterling Shepard this year. He just hasn't really done anything with it because everything goes to Odell and Barkley. They really don't have anything to share with. Now, they're going to be in a game with the Bears in which Mitchell Trubisky is not playing. There's a chance that you can attack the Bears downfield. The problem is they haven't been attacking downfield against anybody. Personally, I go Golden Tate. I think he's the safest option. Camden Mitchell. See, I appreciate you. Pick 2 between Fitz, Baldwin, Robinson, Jeffrey, and White. Let me go back up here to it. Fitz, Baldwin, Robinson, Jeffrey, or White. And it doesn't say PPR or standard. To me, Fitz has that high touchdown upside, the safest play out of the entire bunch. White has the highest ceiling out of all of them. I would probably pair them together. I would go Larry Fitzgerald and James White. You have a safe play and a risky high upside play that you can put together, and hopefully they both hit on the same week. That would be my choice out of those. Not too high on Alshon Jeffrey, Allen Robinson, and Doug Baldwin's been hit or miss all season. All right. King Kulin, what's going on? I see you. I appreciate you also. Michelle, James White, Tariq Cohen, Tevin Coleman, or Shady. Half-point PPR. Need three. One at flex. So we need 3 of these options between Michelle, White, Cohen, Tevin, and Shady. Tevin is off the list. He did not make the cut. He's been voted off the island. Shady, I'm not overly down on this week. Cohen, always a solid play. James White, huge ceiling. Hasn't been the great past couple weeks. Sony Michel, tough matchup against the Vikings. All right. Being that it's a PPR league, give me James White, Tariq Cohen. So James White, Tariq Cohen, and Shady McCoy this week. Those are the 3 that I would pick in a PPR league. Let's see. 45 us PHK. I don't know if that means something. I tried to enunciate the whole thing and I totally failed. For your PPR running back lineup, you need a running back 1, 2, and a flex between Sony, Dalvin, Eckler, Ware, and you have to bench one of them. As of right now, looking at it, I mean, to me, I bench Spencer Ware still. I mean, Sony Michel has been productive. Dalvin Cook has a high ceiling. Austin Eckler is a must-start for me right there. It's really between Dalvin and Spencer Ware. To me, Dalvin has that higher upside. Ware is a gamble. If you want to gamble, if you don't mind gambling and going in there and not knowing what you're going to get, it's not a bad option. But just know that it is a gamble going in with Spencer Ware. Let's see. What else do we got? Christopher Evans. Is this Chris Evans? Like Captain America? That'd be awesome. Ware or Lindsey in a standard league? Thanks for everything. Give me Lindsey, 100% there. Even though it's a standard league, Lindsey's produced all year long. I'd rather take the safe bet there instead of the gamble on Ware until we see how they actually use him in this offense. Brian Parker, Mack or Lockett for flex in a standard league. Give me Tyler Lockett this week. The guy's, been a touchdown monster this year. He is the number 1 wide receiver in Seattle. He'll be used this week. Mack, banged up, concussed, injured, playing the Jags. No thank you. Give me Tyler Lockett there. I appreciate y'all. What else do we have? Nate Wolf. Appreciate you out there. Who are my top 2 from Ware, Mixon, Moore, Gus Bus, and Humphreys? I'm going DJ Moore and Gus Bus this week. I still like Mixon and Humphreys. Ware is that wild card like we've been talking about. But to me, I'm going Gus Bus as the safe play. DJ Moore is the high upside. Those would be my choices there for you, Nate. I think that's a good duo to choose there with. All right, who wants to do a 30? We're about 30 minutes in here. Frankie Rodriguez has pick 3. Adams, Carson, Miller, Breida, or Ware. Breida is going to be 1. It is PPR. So I'm going to go Adams, Breida, and Ware are going to be my choices there. Adams and Breida, the safer plays. That gives you the ability to gamble on Ware. That would be my choices. All right, we're about 30 minutes in. Who wants to do a let it flow? Anybody want to let it flow here for the first time on the show? Let me know. Throw some hands up, throw some thumbs up, whatever you want. How many likes do we have first, too? I need to get some likes. I don't ask for anything but likes. That's right, Dante. You better believe it. Oh, Paul Senzig. What up? How come I'm not talking to you today? Paul, I just haven't seen it. I would never ignore you, Paul. I always see you out there, Paul. Absolutely. Let's see. Joe Camel. What's going on, Joe? Good to see you today. You got, hang on, let me pause it here for a second. You got Fitz Ridley, QT, David Moore, or pick up Pettis. You also have Chris Thompson. So first question first. Fitz Ridley, QT, David Moore, or pick up Pettis. Personally, you want to play it safe, you go with Fitz. You want to gamble on the high upside, you go with Ridley. Also have Chris Thompson. Not going to trust Chris Thompson this week. Give him a week to come back here. See how they use him. See how healthy he really is. Pick 2 wide receivers and a flex. Oh, so out of here we got to do 2 wide receivers and a flex. Perfect. Fitz, Ridley, and I would wait until tomorrow morning, Joe, and get the official words on who's going to be playing wide receiver for the San Francisco 49ers. If it looks like it's going to be the Pettis show again, then I go Pettis. If it's not going to be and they're going to be available, then David Moore would be my next option there. Good to see you, Joe. Charles Rickman. Let's see. You have PPR, running back 2 and flex, please. Por favor. Boyd, Coleman, Gordon, Yeldon, Baldwin, Davis, Miller. Please and thank you, and let's let it flow. All right, we'll let it flow here in a minute. Charles Rickman, though, you got a PPR, RB2, and a flex. So for your RB2, man, you really got between Tevin Coleman, TJ Yeldon, and Lamar Miller. Give me Lamar Miller there. At least we know he's going to see the touches. For your flex, man, your flex, the next best option. I'm gambling. I'm going Josh Gordon there in hopes that he can put up some decent numbers with no Xavier Rhodes. He would be my choice there as your flex play. Appreciate you. Let's see. It is coming in like crazy. I have a delay on this chat, and I still don't think it's delayed enough. Maybe I should delay it more. Somebody had their message retracted. I don't know what that really means. Somebody took it back. All right, we got some let it flows. All right, let me get my helmet ready. How many likes do we have? Can somebody tell me? Joe Camel. Joe, I know you're out there keeping an eye on things for me. How many likes we got? 45 USPHK. I'm going to understand what that means before the end of the season. Make sure I do. Says thanks again. One more, please. Appreciate you. For your PPR wide receiver lineup, I have DeAndre Hopkins for your 1. Perfect. You need a number 2. Edelman, Galladay, DJ Moore, or Reynolds. Man, talk about hashtag rich kid problems. Edelman will be your safest play there in a PPR lineup. Galladay and Moore have the higher ceiling. If it were me personally, being that you already have DeAndre Hopkins, one of the best wide receivers in football, as a high upside safety play, I'm going to kind of shoot for the sky there. I'm going to try to shoot for the home run in hopes to hit something big. Personally, I'm going DJ Moore, but it's really, really close between him and Kenny Golladay. Kenny Golladay may be slightly safer, but the upside of DJ Moore could be huge this week. But like I said, if you want to play it safe, Julian Edelman to me is the next safest option. It may not be a bad idea if you want to stay safe, depending on what your running back matchups are. Being that you have Hopkins, you pair him with Edelman, you pretty much are solidified there at wide receiver. Jason Cummings says, "Hey Jake, Lindsey or Eckler for standard and flex?" Being that it's standard, it takes away some of the value of each of them. Personally, I think that Eckler sees more touches this week. And if you're going by touches, I would go Eckler there. The safer play, though, is going to be Lindsey. I personally would go Eckler for that high upside in that offense, but Lindsey is probably the safer play. He's been consistent in that offense as the lead back almost the entire season. You know what you're really going to get from Philip Lindsay. Austin Eckler, we think we know what we're going to get, but the last time we thought that he kind of somewhat put up a dud. I think that he's got high potential, though, rest of season. Just depends if you want to play it safe or gamble a little bit. All right, here comes the helmet. I saw over 200, so that's all right. I learned my lesson, though, last week, everybody. I'm going to take a drink before I put the helmet on. Last week, I had the helmet on, and I couldn't figure out how to take a drink. All right. If you have not seen this before, you've probably been living under a rock, because I do this multiple times a week. It's what I would like to call the most exciting 2 minutes in fantasy football, not on a Sunday, because Sundays are way more exciting than this. However, there's not much more in life that is more exciting than a grown man of my size to fit into a child-sized helmet and absolutely obliterate as many fantasy football questions as I can in a row. So let's go ahead and put 2 minutes here. We know it's way too small. It's been way too small all season. That's the purpose. If I put a normal helmet on, it's just some normal dude. I got to add some entertainment value. Plus, it's so small that it squeezes the knowledge out of my head. All right, here we go. Ready? Going down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Njoku or Graham? Give me Njoku for sure. Top 5 play rest of season. What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. Make it 3. Okay, Dante, I don't know exactly what we're making 3, but 3 sounds good. Baldwin or Reynolds? Give me Baldwin. What looks like a driver's license number. No idea what that is. Lamar Jackson or Jameis Winston? Give me Lamar Jackson. Hyde or Matt? Give me Hyde. Watson, Russ, or Winston? Give me Russ. Ware, Cohen, or DJ Moore in a PPR league? I'm going DJ Moore this week. We have, oh wow, now they're coming in. Gus or Ware? Give me Gus as the safer play. Mixon, Jones, or Lindsey? If that's Aaron Jones, give me Aaron Jones. He would be my choice. Oh, the sign is not on. Thank you for the reminder. Sign is now on. McDonald or Everett? Neither really, but if I had to choose, give me Everett. Higher upside. Ware or Hyde? Now I'm going Ware. 3 minutes instead of 2. You just want me to pass out on live internet TV. We have Gore or Hyde? Neither. But if I had to choose one, I guess I go Hyde, but I'm not overly excited about it. Carson or Ware in a standard league? I go Ware there. Brait or Rudolph? Give me Brait. Jackson or Watson? Lamar Jackson or Watson? Give me Deshaun Watson this week. Rams or Colts D? Give me the Colts D. I like the Colts D this week. James Conner or Kenny Golladay as a flex. Don't know if it's standard or PPR. If it's standard, I go Conner. If it's PPR, I think about going Golladay. Ware, Sony, or Chubb? Come on, people. Give me the Chubb. We have Sutton or Josh Doxson. I'm going Josh Doxson this week. Cook or Ware? I'm going Cook by a hair. Boyd or Reynolds? I'm going with Boyd. Lots of hands being raised. Lots of sign language going on. I can't really read that out loud, though. Conley or MVS? Give me Connolly. Roger Vega, see you, appreciate you, flexing a standard. Joe Mixon or T.Y. Hilton? That's a tough call. I say Joe Mixon is slightly safer than T.Y. Joe Mixon would be my choice there. Winston or Lamar? Still going with Lamar. Watson or Winston? I'm not going to choose Winston probably. Give me Deshaun Watson. We have pizza or wings. The answer to that would be both. Ware or Lindsey, give me Lindsey. Breida or Eckler, give me Breida. Conley or Yeldon, give me Yeldon in a PPR flex there, I think I saw. Pick 2, Michelle, Mac, Boyd, or Cook. Give me Michelle and Cook. I see some tacos. I like tacos. Rivers or Jackson, give me Rivers. Hilton or Kenny G in a PPR. Kenny G is going to be safer. Martin or Blunt. Man, neither. Give me Blunt, though, by a hair. Pizza or burgers? Once again, Mikey, both. Rodgers or Driscoll? Please don't ask about Driscoll. I will not choose him, even though he's not a bad quarterback. Luck or Wilson? At this point, I can't go against Andrew Luck. He throws touchdowns against everybody. Thank you. You're welcome. Moore or Green? DJ Moore would be my choice if the other one was AJ Green, if that's what you meant. Connor or Eckler? I'm going Connor still. Ware, White, Michelle, or Carson? I can pick 2. Give me, I don't know if it's PPR or standard. Give me White and I think it was Connor. It's gone down. I don't know if it was standard or PPR. Connor or Eckler? Give me Connor. Adams or Cook in a standard? Give me Cook. Breida, Sony, or Ware in a full PPR? Give me Breida. Sutton or Ellington? That's a deep league. Give me Ellington. Wow, this is going way fast. 5 more. Butker or Gold? Give me Butker. Ware or Gus? Give me the Gus bus. The North or the South? I live in the South, so I got to choose the South. Otherwise, I won't be allowed to live in the South. Winston or Watson? Give me Watson. Galladay or Hilton? Give me Galladay. Mac and cheese sounds delicious. We have a PPR. Wentz, Wilson, or Winston. Doesn't matter if it's PPR or standard for quarterbacks. So give me Russell Wilson. And that's it for right now. Whew. Starting to sweat. Starting to feel like Michael Irvin on Thursday Night Football. Whew. Man. Somebody told me to cover up the Panthers logo with a sticker on the helmet. And I live in Carolina. I'm not a huge Panthers fan, but it's not even my helmet. So it is what it is. But whew, it was hot. It started getting way hot in here in about the minute and a half mark. Hopefully that I got a few likes. Bama or Georgia? Is that your question, Joe Camel? If it is, give me Georgia. I mean, that's who I would prefer to win, even though I think Bama wins. Chris, you're welcome. Whew. I need a fan in here. It's way too hot in here. I even have the window open and it's like borderline raining outside and it still doesn't matter. All right. Hang on one second here. Let me get my breath back. See how it's going. 260 likes. We can get a couple more likes in here, people. I just put a child's helmet on for 3.5 minutes. All right. Thank you for you guys are definitely my sign turn on, turn offers, because I don't ever remember at all. All right. I've seen this name come up here a lot. A lot of people asking about Samuel, so I guess you're asking about Curtis Samuel of the Panthers and the question marks. I'm guessing if you're asking what do I think about him, I mean, he's a solid option. They're finally starting to use him, which is great. I don't think he's a consistent guy that you could totally rely upon every single week. More of a flex play, boom or bust type pick. Let's see here. The real fans are in the chat. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. I had somebody tell me, and this is totally off subject just because I'm still catching my breath. I'll get back to your questions here in a second. Don't worry. I had somebody tell me in a comment, I don't remember what video it was on this week, and I wish I remembered his name. Sign is still on. Turn it off. I can't even see the sign. Is it on? It is on. Why is it on? Now it's not. Maybe it would help if I hit the right button. Anyway, somebody told me in a comment this week that I was lazy for not putting the names in the timestamps, just the teams. And my response was, well, if you want to come work more hours than me, you could totally come over here and then you could call me lazy. But yeah, I just thought that was funny. I just thought it was amusing that being called lazy. Gotta love it. Gotta love the people behind keyboards. Penny this week, work night. Penny is a sneaky play. Sneaky. Not a given. Not a for sure. But it's possible that Rashad Penny sees more work down the stretch. It is possible. Let's see what else. I'll make sure nothing's being missed out here. Mac or Ware? For Max Barrett, I'm going Spencer Ware there. He would be my choice. Real Truth, you smashed that like button. I appreciate that. You need my expertise on whom to start in your flex PPR league. Let me pause it here. Corey Davis, Doug Baldwin, Lamar Miller, or Dalvin Cook. If you only need one of them, I go with Dalvin Cook. I think he, to me, is somebody. I mean, he looked great last week. He looked great. He just didn't get the opportunity. If he can get more touches, if he can get close to that, 18 to 20 touches a game, like we saw in the beginning of last year, he's somebody who could put up some big numbers. Especially on that screen pass that he had last week. He looked way explosive. Total burst. Everybody saw it. James White or Chris Carson in a full PPR for Tan Tran. Full PPR, I'm gambling on James White still. Absolutely. Le'Veon Bell or Des Bryant? Ooh, great question. I'm going to go with neither. Chris Kane. What's going on, Chris? Great seeing the channel grow to 27,000 this year. I appreciate you. Let's shoot for 100,000 next year. Yeah, I mean, that would be awesome. I would probably be dead because I don't know if I could handle it. Love all the help. Absolutely. I love helping you guys out. 100,000 may kill me, though. I would need a lot more people over here. This is just a one-man show. I'm all by myself. Joe Briss. See you. I appreciate you. You have a PPR running back. Pick one. Mixon, Chubb, Lindsey. Ugh. Man. Only one of them? I can't go against Chubb. Give me Chubb. That upside, that 20-plus carries, I mean, it's close, though. I don't want to sit any of them. Wide receiver, pick one. Sanders, Hilton, or Boyd. Sanders is my choice there. Tight end, Brait, Njoku, or Cook. Give me Njoku. I think Njoku's got the highest potential for upside right there. Happy December to you too, Hazelnut. C-Mac, I appreciate you liking and subscribing. The man Dev. I saw you here. Let me pull it back up. Aaron Jones, Nick Chubb, James Conner, pick two. All right, Aaron Jones is an absolute must this week. So that leaves us to James Conner or Nick Chubb. Personally, I go Chubb. It's a gamble, though. Just know that going in, that is a 100% gamble. James Conner could, if they can give him the work, he could have a great week. They just have to get him the work back. Until that happens, I'm worried a little bit. A little bit worried. Prasadis is ill. Welcome back. Appreciate you again, my friend. T.Y. Hilton against Jacksonville or Boyd or Humphreys. I'm not huge on T.Y. this week. However, I still think his upside and floor is just about as safe as Boyd or Humphreys. So I'm going to gamble on the upside in that heavy pass offense, especially if Mac doesn't play. They'll be relying more on the throw. Easier to throw on Jacksonville than it is to run on Jacksonville. I'm going to stick with T.Y. Hilton there. Dylan Carnival. Barkley or CMC? I really hope you don't have to choose between one of them because you really don't want to sit either. But, I mean, Barkley edges him out by a hair. Dennis Mulroy, Arizona Burrito or California Burrito? Arizona Burrito, all the way. Miss those. I can't say that, Dante, because I don't want it to catch on. Why Gus over Ware? Just wondering from Rusty Shackelford. I just think Gus is safer. I do think that Spencer Ware has huge potential, but I think that there's been so much attention paid to it here in the media and all the shows, and everybody's saying, oh, Spencer Ware is a top 10 option, top 10. It would not surprise me if Andy Reid just totally went out there and had some type of a split with like a Damian Williams or something like that. It would not surprise me. And so until we actually see Ware getting the volume, I'm going to trust Gus the Bus a little bit more because we've seen him get 20-plus carries a week here for the past couple of weeks. It's just safer to me. And like I promised, I don't even know if he's in here, but somebody else is using the hashtag, so hopefully he sees it. Never Fun Crab is going to catch on. We've had Never Funches, we've had Never Crabtree, but now we have Never Fun Crab, and it's one of my favorites. Nick Maroda, big fan. Hey, I appreciate it, Nick. 9-3, Evans or Galladay in standard. Got to go Evans. As long as Jameis Winston's under center, give me Mike Evans. Absolutely. A lot of people liking some Arizona burritos. Absolutely. E. Reyes, likes forever to this show, man. Appreciate it. Really appreciate that. Mixon, Shady, or Shub. Is that supposed to be Chubb? And you just made it Shub? Because I'm going to go with the Shub. Let's see. Who is my favorite play at wide receiver this week? Dylan. I mean, there's a lot of them. I really like DJ Moore this week, but the last time I really liked it, he totally messed that up for me. But I think he has huge potential this week. Emmanuel Sanders is another guy who I like this week a lot too. Let's see. Shifty Shafts, welcome back to the live chat. I see you. I appreciate you. Flex RB2, Juju, Ware, David Johnson. So you need two of them. David Johnson's going to start. You've carried him this long. Ride him here till the end. You go David Johnson, and I cannot choose against Juju right now. Give me Juju. Juju and David Johnson, both great plays. Posner 2. Jake, really need a win this week. 3 receivers. Diggs, Green, Baldwin, Sutton, and Jeffrey. Wow, that is tough. Diggs is going to be an automatic must for me. And everybody else I'm not overly high on. I'm going to go with Baldwin as number 2. And I'm going to go with Alshon Jeffrey as number 3. Even though I'm not high on Alshon, at least he has the potential in that offense. Diggs, Baldwin, and Jeffrey would be my choices. Let's see. Grant Jackson, I appreciate you. Is Hunt droppable in a non-keeper league? Not yet. As much as I don't think he's going to play rest of season. Look what just happened with the Washington Redskins. We never know who's going to pick up somebody. He is now cleared. He can be claimed by another team. Is it possible that happens? No. Yes, it's possible, but do I think it happens? No. Don't drop him just yet. Just wait a couple days. I'll be putting that on my shows next week, probably in the waiver wire show once I get a little bit more information. I'm almost positive that he's not going to play rest of season, though. He shouldn't play rest of season, in my opinion. It's not my choice, though. Willie Cheney. What's going on, Willie? Chris Conley or Josh Reynolds and Jared Cook or Cameron Brate? Tough. Right now, I think I would go Josh Reynolds and Cameron Brate. Chris Conley has the potential, especially now with the whole Spencer Ware, Kareem Hunt situation. Right now, though, I'm going with Reynolds and Brate. I think they're a little bit safer options. They're in a little bit better place in their offense right now and more consistent. Justin Petrie. I appreciate you. Pick one for wide receiver and one for flex. Ware, Edelman, Reynolds, and David Moore. Edelman is an absolute must. He is my number one choice there. After that, now I go Spencer Ware. So I go Ware and Edelman for your wide receiver and your flex. Edelman's a very safe play. That allows you to take a little bit more of a gamble on Spencer Ware, in my opinion. John Diaz, Ware, Coleman, or Adams. This is where I start going towards Spencer Ware. Not a huge fan of Tevin Coleman this week. Josh Adams and him are neck and neck, so I go with the higher upside, and then I go with Spencer Ware. Mahan, 97-92. Thank you very much. Need 2 for wide receiver and a flex. Jeffrey, Samuel, Conley, Miller, and Gronk. So you need 2, wide receiver 2, and a flex. So a wide receiver 2 and a flex. I like to use a running back in my flex if at all possible with the options. So give me Lamar Miller as your flex play. And then for your wide receiver 2, man, I think you kind of still have to go Alshon Jeffrey for the potential upside. Everybody else is just as hit and miss. If Philadelphia can figure out that offense, then you go Jeffrey. But yeah, I'm not overly excited about those choices, but Jeffrey and Miller would be my choices there out of that group. Jason Cummins, you, appreciate you. Should I play A.J. Green or Lockett? I'm going Lockett. I don't trust A.J. Green just yet. There's still a chance that he's just being put out there to be a decoy. Plus, he's got Jeff Driscoll to worry about, who didn't look horrible when he came in, but it is Jeff Driscoll. Don't forget that. Everybody thought that Nick Mullins was the second coming of Tom Brady his first week. I haven't seen people saying that lately, even though he hasn't played horrible. Is Royce Freeman a sleeper, the fantasy troll? Not this year. Never funches, Dante. You better believe it. What's going on, Eric Salas? I see you. Need 2 running backs. Ware, Cohen, Breida, or Riddick. Give me Cohen and Breida. They'd be my 2 choices there, even though I think Riddick has the potential for a decent week. Khalifa Kingston, I see you. I think it was you last night telling me to hop on the live stream and talk about the Ware and Hunt situation. I was knee-deep in a 5th grade science project, y'all. I was doing, like storyboards and it was a lot of fun. Yeah, I couldn't live stream last night, but I appreciate you. Chris Corte, Blunt or DJ Moore? Give me DJ Moore this week. I like DJ Moore. Bob Thorpe, I see you. I appreciate the respect. Goes right back out to you. Who is the best handcuff for Gurley? Thanks, Jake. Go out and get Malcolm Brown. More than likely, he'd be the best option going forward. He was the other one. I talked about Spencer Ware and Malcolm Brown in my waiver wire show this week. Didn't know anything about what was going to happen with Kareem Hunt at that time, but it just happened to work out. Mikey, did I get any fan gear yet for the studio? Not yet. I'm still working on a P.O. box. That's what I'm working. It's one of the things on my to-do list. So not yet, but that is definitely happening. If you don't know what Mikey's talking about, I said it a couple weeks ago in a live show. It's going to be something where this is turned into a fan zone where you guys can send your stuff in and I can put it up for you and you can see a little piece of you here on this show since this is a show for everybody. That's what's in the works. The Fantasy Troll, that question right there, I refuse to say one of those names on my channel. I can't say that. I don't want to give out incorrect or I don't want to give out PR for that. G. The name is just G. What's going on, G? What up, G? Start 3 in a standard league. Gordon, White, Cook, or Davis. If you can go 3, I go with the first 3 you name. Josh Gordon, James White, Dalvin Cook would be my choice. Corey Davis is just too hit or miss. He's either really, really good or really, really bad. Too inconsistent for me at this point. War Knight, Hunt's out for you. You got Blunt or a sneaky Penny. I think Blunt is still safer this week. Penny has an opportunity, but it's not a given yet. We've seen hints of this before with Penny, and it didn't come to fruition. Blunt is still a little bit safer. Penny's not a bad pickup, though, if you guys got a roster spot. There's a chance he sees more work down the stretch, and if he does, it's one of the top producing run games in all of football. Superstar Frenzy, appreciate you also. QB, Brady or Wentz in a half PPR. Is it crazy that I put my rankings out and neither one of those guys made the top 12 this week? That's just crazy. However, I mean, look at the Minnesota defense. They've made Aaron Rodgers look human. Wentz has been struggling at times. I mean, neither one of them are a surefire hit, right? They're both a gamble at this point. In that case, give me Tom Brady. He's the GOAT. Absolutely, 100%. Can't choose against him if it's a toss-up anyway. Musa Corey, this is useless. Well, then leave. I didn't ask you to show up in the first place. Blunt or Derrick Henry in a standard league? Man, that's still a toss-up. I go Blunt by a hair just for the touchdown upside. Breeze only gave you 9 points. You're sick, Ken B. You are not the only one who feels sick because of that. Jared Goff or Cam Newton? Give me Jared Goff this week, even though Cam I still think has a decent week. In my opinion, they're both top 5 this week. I go Jared Goff by a hair, though. Joe Mixon or Gus Edwards in a standard league? Gus is safer. Personally, I would probably go Mixon there, but Gus is the safer play if you want to play it safe. Where are you going, Dante? Shouldn't be leaving yet. I'm not leaving. Kalafa, he said Connolly or Moore. So it's David Moore. So you got Conley or Moore from Seattle in a PPR league. They're both somewhat hit or miss, so give me Connolly. He's in more of a high-powered offense. You dropped White for Ware, Gerald. That could end up working out for you. That could be a backfire. Appreciate you, Matthew Toka. I'm not saying to drop James White yet. I'm really not. I mean, I don't like him this week, but I think the potential is still there going forward. I haven't given up all hope on James White. Just not really, sold on him here this week. Joseph Garcia, PPR, Burton, Olsen, Cohen, or Ware, Reynolds, Moore, or Tate. Wow, that's a lot of options. So PPR, Burton, Olsen, Cohen, Ware, Reynolds, Moore, or Tate. And I don't know how many I need to choose from this, so I'm going to tell you right now that Tariq Cohen and Spencer Ware would be my top 2 choices, one on each side. If that's DJ Moore over there on the right side with Tate, I really like DJ Moore this week, but he would be one of my options also. I just don't know how many you need there. Absolutely. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, eagle-eyed. Just because I don't like him this week, we're not dropping James White yet. Mikey, that's a possibility. Mahan, 97-92. Anthony Miller. Also have Landry, David Johnson for wide receiver 2, flex PPR, not great options. Also have Landry. I mean, I don't know if that's David. I would imagine you mean Duke Johnson would be the other option that you're talking about there. So Anthony Miller, Landry, or Duke Johnson for your wide receiver 2 in a flex. I definitely 100% would have to. Man, Landry just can't be trusted at this point. Duke's been inconsistent. Miller would probably be my best option there for the wide receiver part. And for the flex in a PPR league, you go Landry and you cross your fingers and hopefully that he gets involved this week. Joe Camel, see ya. So drop Moore for Pettis then. Both San Francisco wide receivers are out. Yes, if they're out, Pettis is the better play. As long as that is David Moore, Joe, not DJ Moore. If that's David Moore, then yes, that would be something that I would do. Ware or Michelle? That's really close to the cutoff right there, Dustin Houston. I still think Sony's a little bit safer. Where I want to see a little bit from before I all of a sudden crown him as a top 10 running back. Would I start Gronk or Brait? David Chillin. I mean, you really want to say Gronk. I mean, Gronk is the smarter option there. He's the smarter play. He just hasn't produced. But as at this point, Brait is somewhat touchdown dependent also. So if it's kind of a toss-up, I go Gronk by a hair. Josh Smith. Appreciate you. Start 3 in a PPR league. You got Gus the Bus, Lamar Miller, Drake, or Rashard, and you can start 3 of them. Edwards is going to be 1. Lamar Miller is going to be 2. That leaves us with either Drake or Rashard. Every time I say I don't like Drake, he actually gets a touchdown. The problem is with Drake is his usage is like way inconsistent, 100% inconsistent. To me, Rashard has a lower ceiling though than Drake does. Personally, I would gamble and go Drake, but I'm not excited about it. If you want to play it a little bit safer, then you go Rashard. All right, we're going to go for about another 10 minutes or so. 10 minutes or so. Getting as many questions out here as we can. Green or Galladay in a standard for Ryan Klossis. I'm going Galladay there. 100% Galladay. No proof that A.J. Green's not coming back as A decoy, B with a different quarterback. Like for flow, Dante. Oh, Dante wants another let it flow? Wow. Let's see here. What else do we got? Let's get some different. Hate the Drake. I don't disagree with that. Land destroy. I'm not overly excited about him any week. Appreciate you, Clint. Dak or Mayfield rest of season? Man, had I said this, a couple months ago, Rusty, had I said the name of Dak Prescott, I would have been absolutely obliterated in this. And now all of a sudden people are saying that Dak isn't a horrible option. I think Dak is safer rest of season, personally. Mayfield, though, he's been playing great. And they're opening up that offense. I like both of them rest of season. If I had to choose one, I go Dak for his slight rushing upside there around the goal line. Lamar Jackson or Kirk Cousins this week? Virgil? Haven't had those names yet. Yes, I'm going to go Kirk Cousins still there. I haven't got Lamar up that high. Cousins is still going to be my choice. Pat Mahomes for MVP this year. That's entirely a possibility. Carlos Hyde or Golden Tate in a flex spot in a PPR league. I mean, everything is lining up for Hyde to go out there and get 15 to 20 touches this game. But that usually means that he's only going to go out there and get 5 to 10 touches this game. I go with Golden Tate. Edwin Miranda. Standard league. Cohen, White, Lockett, or Ware. You need an RB2 and a flex. I play it somewhat safe with Tyler Lockett at the flex and gamble on your RB2 and go James White. That upside is super huge for James White. We saw it all year. At some point, they're going to have to continue to utilize him here in this offense. That's what I would do here. Hate to hate to all of a sudden just totally give up on him. What else we got? Come on, give me some different names. Trying to make sure we hit on all these different names. Willie Chaney, Dion Lewis, or James White? Going James White there. Definitely don't trust Dion Lewis week to week. Denzel Barrett, Bama or Georgia? Give me Georgia. That's who I want to win. I still think Bama pulls it out, but I can hope. Boyd or Connolly? Right now, I think Boyd is still slightly higher than Connolly. Connolly has the potential. Is Hunt droppable now? Not quite yet. Give it a couple days here. Let's see what happens. I don't think he plays rest of season, but I'm not going to jump the gun and tell everybody to drop him. Is Kansas City's defense a safe play this week against Oakland, Joe? I think they're a decent play. I picked them up personally in a couple of my leagues as my defense this week. I think they're kind of a sneaky play. They weren't highly owned. Decent matchup against Oakland. Yeah, that's not a bad play. TJ Yeldon or Marlon Mack? Give me TJ Yeldon. Larry Fitzgerald or Doug Baldwin? Give me Larry Fitzgerald. You should still not drop Hunt yet, I will tell you. Hey, real quick too, while there's probably still a few people watching, do you guys go onto the community tab on YouTube? You may not know what I'm talking about, but if you go to my channel, there's a tab that says community. And what it is, it's literally like social media. It's like Facebook and Twitter and all that kind of stuff, and I can put posts on there. I am way more active on that than I am on a lot of the other social media. Social media is so saturated with people's opinions and content and stuff. I would like to keep things as local as possible for everybody who not only supports me, but the channel. So all of my stuff, a lot of my stuff, as soon as I get breaking news updates, all that kind of stuff, I put it on YouTube first. This is my community. I'm looking to help my community out first before I just throw it out there for everybody to get information. They don't even support the channel. So definitely, if you don't have your notification bell checked, check the notification bell for the channel. It'll happen. It'll let you know whenever I make a post also. That's something you want to know because I put out there about the whole Spencer Ware thing earlier in the week and the Kareem Hunt stuff. Definitely something where you should pay attention to that tab. If you don't have the notification bell checked, it'll still show up in your feed if you're subscribed to the channel. But I like to put a lot of stuff in there. I'm trying to help the people who help me. I'm not trying to help the entire world out. Yeah, don't drop Melvin Gordon either. When do I think he'll be back? It's really a toss-up, and it really depends on if they keep winning games. If they keep winning games, they're going to continue to sit him because they don't need him. I see somewhere in the range of 2 to 4 weeks for Melvin Gordon. Stewart, Nick Chubb, James White, Gus the Bus, Cohen. Need 3 of them. I go with Nick Chubb, Gus the Bus, and being that you have Tariq Cohen, he's the safer option over James White in that league. So give me Tariq Cohen as the last one. 3 great options. Kay, hello from Germany. What's going on? Germany in the house, everyone. Danke. I think that means like thank you. I think. Hopefully I didn't insult you. I think it's something nice. Joe, Browns or Texans, game of the week, who wins? Oh, that's your game of the week because you are a Browns fan. I'm going to do it, Joe. I'm going to do it right here on the interweb. I say the Browns win this week. That's not a popular opinion either, but I got the Browns. And it's not just because you asked the question and you want the Browns to win. I actually like the Browns this week. I think that could be somewhat of a shootout. I think there could be a lot of points in that game. Canada, eh? What's up, Canada? Canada in the house also? Now that Alex Collins is on IR, would you start him over Dalvin Cook? Nope, wouldn't start Alex Collins. He's on IR. He won't be playing. Start Dalvin Cook. Laser Beam. Sounds like a stupid question, but should I go Ridley or Damian Williams full PPR? Damian Williams is just so unknown. I stick with Ridley because you kind of know what you're going to get with that. You're my boy, Blue. What do you do with Jarvis Landry? Hope that you have better options and just put Landry on your bench as of right now until he can get more involved. I really expected more out of Landry production-wise. Not so much touchdowns, but production. Germany, the land of amazing beer from Land Destroy. Never been there. I wouldn't mind going to Germany every once in a while, though. Hey, does anybody live in the Dallas area? If anybody's in the Dallas area, start prepping for next July. I think it's going to be in the Dallas area. The National Fantasy Football Convention. Went to it last year. I'm going to have a booth this year. I'd like to meet a lot of you guys if you're in that area. Josh Adams or Spencer Ware? I'm going Spencer Ware there. Laser Beam. Now you must go get a haircut. Have a good day. Enjoy your haircut. Josh Silkovitis. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Gus Eckler, Ware, or Chubb. Standard League. You only need one of them? If you only need one, I go Chubb. If you need more than one in a standard league, I go Chubb and Gus. If you only need, depends how many you needed. All right, 2 more questions, and I'm going to get out of here. I got to go finish 5th grade science projects. Anybody else want to do 5th grade science projects? They're super exciting and fun, and I look forward to doing them on my weekends. No way, Dallas, here I come in July. That's right. I'll keep you guys posted. I went last week, but I didn't. I just went as like a fan. This next year coming up, I'm gonna be going as like an actual legit, have my own booth set up, all that kind of stuff. Matt Breida or Ware? Give me Matt Breida. I keep saying I'm gonna go, and then I keep answering questions. I feel guilty for leaving. Reynolds or Fitzgerald? Give me Fitzgerald. Chris Thompson worth a spot in the lineup this week? No, I'm glad that you have him on your roster, but I wouldn't start him right away. Josh Silkovitis, thank you very much. Flex PPR, Dion Lewis, Marlon Mack, or DeBlunt. If you only go with one of them, I go with Blunt. I'm not overly excited about it, but Mack in that situation there against Jacksonville, no thank you. Jake Kumaro, the fantasy troll. It's something where he could be a thing. Am I smarter than a 5th grader, Mikey? Yes. Yes, I am. Only on every day of the week. All right, that's it. That's enough for today. I really appreciate you guys. I got to save some because tomorrow I will be live on the RotoBaller channel from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you go check that out with our game day show. Looking forward to that. Should be a lot of fun. Really appreciate you guys. Really enjoyed doing these live streams. Yes, Joe Camel, make sure you tell everybody repeatedly to hit that like button. Greatly appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your weekend. Good luck tomorrow. Hopefully as many of you guys as possible can make it to the fantasy playoffs. We're trying to win multiple championships here as this community. Like tons of championships in this community. It could be a lot of fun. Really look forward to you guys. Gracious and very thankful for your support. Have a good rest of your weekend. We'll talk to you guys later.